got this, none of this radio pop shit. I drop this, turning back the clock to rock shit. I cop it, said knock knock, I'm on this. I'm hot bitch, like a hot bitch, the top lit. Lock in, I got this, radio drop this. Hot shit, just watch this, I fucking promise. Roll it, do not miss, your chance to cop this. Will you capture it, or just let it slip? Oh shit, I wanna be in, cause my rap is tight. No really, they just give a fuck that I ain't black, I'm white. I'm not anyone else, man, I'm one of a kind. So sit back, relax, and listen one more time. I said I got this, none of this radio pop shit. I drop this, turning back the clock to rock shit. I cop it, said knock knock, I'm on this. I'm hot bitch, like a hot bitch, the top lit. And I got this, none of this radio pop shit. I drop this, turning back the clock to rock shit. I cop it, said knock knock, I'm on this. I'm hot bitch, like a hot bitch, the top lit. I love the girls that fuck with my music. Getting referrals from the girls, love to booze it. Party and lose it, that's the life I'm choosing. Not losing, that's my 2 cents, so use it. You know I'm back, as a matter of fact. I'm better than ever, never been better. I know that, I wrote that. Sipping on some coke and no jack. Could stare and bitch and take a pic. Kodak, I threaten the game, cause money and fame, they don't affect my brain. It's fucking all the same. I'm sick of hearing about these Insta names with Insta fame. Take a pic, sick, you're lame. A quick fix to shame. You lick dick for fame. A thick chick is slain. A chick picked too late. I think I've gone insane. I think I've lost my brain. And honestly, I'm a motherfucking novelty. I said I got this, none of this radio pop shit. I drop this, turning back the clock to rock shit. I cop it, said knock knock, I'm on this. I'm hot bitch, like a hot bitch, the top lit. And I got this, none of this radio pop shit. I drop this, turning back the clock to rock shit. I cop it, said knock knock, I'm on this. I'm hot bitch, like a hot bitch, the top lit.
This is the Motor Cop Chronicles podcast with the midweek news. Join your hosts, Iceman and Holstera, 2 law enforcement professionals ready to offer their unfiltered opinions on the latest news from the world of law enforcement. No filters, no edits. So be warned, the content may be upsetting to some listeners. Sit down and hold up. This may get a little bumpy.
Welcome to Motor Cop Chronicles podcast.
Howdy doody.
Ooh, you got your fans on again or something. It's like really overpowering loud.
Oh my God, this man.
Sounds like shit. Welcome everyone. While he turns his fans off. I don't know if y'all could hear it, but it was blasting my ears out. Hope everybody's had a
very delicate, curly ears.
Hope everybody's had a real good week so far. We'll start out with the housekeeping when he's back there bitching.
That should be it.
That sounds better.
Well, that's good because I'm gonna get hot as shit.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. When I'm there, it's like the ice box.
Well, it's not my fault your air conditioning ain't blowing hard enough. Get you? It's just really loud. Not now.
It's not that it doesn't blow hard enough. It's really weird. It's angled like directly at the floor, and it like hits the floor and just dies without circulating.
If everybody's out there, I appreciate if you would like it, share it, subscribe, hit the bells. If you're on Facebook, if you get time, go and hit it. Give us a review. That helps out also. If you're on audio, if you're on Apple listening, give us a 5-star, write a review. I'll shout it out. Spotify, can't write a review, but you can put a 5-star rating or something on it. Appreciate all that stuff. You want to get any merch, t-shirts or anything like that, I've got a Motor Cop Chronicles podcast Etsy store. You can go check it out over there. I got everything extremely low priced, and I'm waiting right now. I did make an allegedly t-shirt. I got 2 of them coming in, so I can check to make sure the quality's good before I put them up for sale. But if they are, we'll have the allegedly T-shirts for sale before long. If anybody interested in that, and I'm trying to figure out one for Freebird and all of them, for they'll have their own. Hello, Perfectly Dysfunctional Designs, and Sarah's here.
Hey, Sarah. Hey, Bam.
Of course, we are going to, of course, start out with the main story.
The hot nuts from last week?
No. I forgot it. I got a big note up here that says, "Don't forget the hot nuts."
You'll still forget it.
The big story, if everybody's been paying attention, is, of course, the Buffalo, New York shooting story where the psychopath.
Ooh, you gonna make me hungry.
The racist psychopath went in there and shot a whole bunch of people. What's up, Dustin? I actually saw. Well, I sent the whole story to them. We saw the.
Yeah, the body cam footage.
Some of the live stream. Yeah, some of the live stream footage that he did. And this dude's just a cold-blooded killer. I mean, it was. It's bad.
But can you agree that this is definitely not his first time handling a firearm?
Negative.
That dude was dead on without even sighting it. I mean, he was.
This guy. I mean, his reload and everything was very, very good. It's him up here. Right here's the piece of shit. I ain't gonna leave him up there long, but that's him. We got some stories to talk about with. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody's heard the stories already, but you want to read the first story? And somebody just that's part of the group.
You said actually, to the group, right?
Yeah, somebody that's part of the clubhouse and stuff like that sent me another story. I'm gonna add to it that I didn't give it to. I just got it, and Holstera don't have it, so it'll be a surprise for him.
They're all surprises for me.
Well, that's because you don't pre-read stuff.
The gunman kills 10 buffalo.
Yes, because I sent this stuff out. Oh, by the way, of course y'all can see. The Box and Freebird are not here. The Box had to go to work tonight, and Freebird had Fuzzy Hat meeting. Their spirits are above me in my head right here. Is their spirits? The Box and Freebird has turned into a chicken. And of course we got
Thunder Chicken.
Holstera's got his McPossum above his head. So.
That is making me hungry as hell. Looks delicious. So a gunman kills 10 at a Buffalo supermarket in racist attack. I still don't understand where they're getting this.
Because it's some manifesto or something he wrote ahead of time.
Or somebody else wrote after.
Well, basically it's saying that he was going there to kill black people, which he's just.
Didn't he pop quite a few Hispanic people? I thought he killed some white people too.
I don't know. I got a list of. We're going to read everybody's name and that did die because those are the victims and their names need to be out there. And so there is some pictures of them. I'll be bringing that up shortly.
I'm not going to use the P word, but Biden called for a thorough investigation and said there was no harbor for hate-filled domestic terrorism. The 18-year-old white gunman who pleaded not guilty left behind a manifesto. I thought you had to die to have a manifesto. A teenage gunman entranced by a white supremacist ideology known as replacement theory opened fire at a supermarket in Buffalo on Saturday, methodically shooting and killing 10 people and injuring 3 more. I didn't see anybody get injured. Almost all of them black. In one of the deadliest racist massacres in recent American history. The authorities
that's
identified
not completely
the gunman.
true right there, though. What about the black guy that ran over 60-something people up there?
And said he hated white people. Yeah.
So.
What about all the Asians that are being beaten down by African Americans all over New York City?
So that's just whatever news outlet we got this from. They spin it. Put it this way.
It's fucking New York Times, dude.
Mass killing, don't matter what color your skin is, mass killing is totally horribly wrong, and you have to be a complete evil individual to do something like that. no matter what your race is.
Yeah, killing people's killing people.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we all know it happened. I'm really surprised he went down peacefully.
Well, he's a coward because before they had when he was still in school, I think he made a comment in school. They said, I'm going off of memory, that he wanted to do a mass shooting at the school and then then kill himself, do suicide, and he had some mental evaluation. Obviously,
he's gonna wish he did.
He was smart enough to trick whatever head doctor, whatever he went to, but he had already made comments like this before. Obviously, he's a coward and chickened out and didn't go ahead and take himself out or do something where the cops would have shot him. He's a coward. Now and of course, New York don't have the death penalty, so he'll end up spending the rest of his life in jail, or until some other inmates get a hold to him and take him out that way, which won't be a bad thing anyway, because a piece of shit like that shouldn't be allowed to.
And that's a brutal murder, being beaten to death.
So, on other parts of it, this a listener, a member, sent me this story. I just got it like 15 minutes before we came live, so I'm going to read it. You ready for this? It's part of this. Well, I think first of all, I think we found Precious.
No.
Yeah, I think we found Precious. Yeah, hopefully they don't keep him in protective custody, Dustin. There's a dispatcher on leave after the handling of a 911 call that came from inside of the Top store where the shooting took place. Erie County Executive Mark Poland, I can't say this last name, Mark P., says a local 911 dispatcher has been put on administrative leave for her handling of a call about the mass shooting at the Top store on Jefferson Avenue. They say what happened regarding the call was inappropriate and unacceptable. According to him, the call came from someone who was inside of the store during the shooting that killed 10 people and injured 3 others. According to the
dispatcher just screaming to the phone, "Run, bitch!"
No. According to the supervisor, Erie County is pushing for the dispatcher's termination. News 4 will provide more information when it's available. What she did was, where's the rest of the story?
She said that's impossible because guns are illegal in New York. And hung up the phone.
The person called and was trying to report about the incident, and the dispatcher basically said, "Why are you whispering? I can't hear you," or something like that. And the person was continuing to whisper because they don't want to get shot. And guess what the dispatcher did?
Hung up on him.
She hung up. Click. Like,
fired.
Really? Personally doing something like that, maybe she should some kind of charges, malfeasance in the office or something like that.
Not everybody has that. New York does.
But yeah, she hung up on the caller. That was inside of the store there. So
could you imagine? That'd be like calling in a domestic violence situation, calling and going, "Hey, I'm looking for a delivery for a pizza," and having the dispatcher go, "Bitch, this ain't no pizza place," and hang up on you. You know what I mean? It'd be like, "Well, I'm gonna die now."
Yeah, I know, right? So obviously, Precious has left New Orleans and was in New York working at 911. Now she's suspended again. They don't say the name, but yeah, this dispatcher. I mean, come on. If somebody's whispering, it's a good chance they don't want
they're in distress.
They don't want other people to hear them. Is probably why they're whispering. So, come on. I mean, I guess she was too busy watching, I don't know, Jerry Springer or something on TV.
Sipping her
to be
Diet
bothered.
Coke.
Yeah, to be bothered by it. Now on this next screen.
We're going to read the Buffalo shooting suspect's Hispanic best friend speaks out.
Yeah, I want to do this part first. Well, go ahead. You can go ahead with it. We can do it next.
Buffalo shooting suspect Hispanic best friend speaks out. FBI agents look at bullet impacts in a Tops grocery store in Buffalo, New York on May 15, 2022, a day after a gunman shot 10 people. In an ironic twist, the suspected white supremacist is in custody following this weekend's deadly shooting rampage in Buffalo that's been wildly attributed to anti-black racism, has a best friend who is of a different ethnicity. I bet you that was the guy behind the register that he said, "Oh shit, sorry."
I don't think his best friend worked there.
But for instance, me and Iceman got to see this video, and after he guns all these people down, he goes over the register, and there's an employee down there, and he goes, "Oh shit, sorry, man," and walks away. And
this was right after somebody was laying in front of him after he reloaded, or right before he reloaded, was still moving and breathing, and it's totally vicious, and he put a round right there in him. I mean, it was horrific.
Matthew Cassido, who is Hispanic, is speaking out about his friendship with Peyton Gendron. Back in their upstate New York hometown of Conklin, he denounced the suspect's mass murder, but also described him in a non-exceptional term and said he had never noticed any indicators that Gendron harbored any extreme views on race. The friends since they've been friends since second grade, had been in contact as recent as Friday night, hours before Gendron's allegedly launched. No, he didn't allegedly. That son of a bitch did it. Launched a murderous spree at the Tops Friendly Market in a predominantly black neighborhood, intentionally targeted for its non-white demographic. Yeah, so see, there's so many conflicting stories.
Well, this kid didn't live there. I think he had to drive 2 or 3 hours just to get there.
He did. But it's kind of like the dude in Texas that drove to the Walmart. Remember that one?
Yeah. But anyway, his ex-friend, who states that he was dating a black girl, said that Ding Dong that did all this shooting never acted racist, never said anything to even the girl said that. So something's definitely wrong in this kid's head to make it. And that's no excuse. This kid, to me, ought to be fried in the electric chair or something.
Oh, absolutely.
And something's going on.
That's too good for him. Give him a firing squad.
Yeah. Now, I'm not going to read this story. Everything kind of repeats itself. The reason I brought this up is these are some of the people that were murdered viciously. They had Aaron Salter, Jr., 55. He was a retired officer, I think in New York or Buffalo. He'd been on the force for 30 years, retired, and was working as security guard there. He was shot and killed. It's a picture of him right here. The man lost his life, 55 years old. Spent his whole entire life in public service and gets gunned down for no reason whatsoever.
Oh, that's the security guard that was like, he was all decked out in armor, and I guess they traded shots or something like that, and finally, like, he had to walk up and shoot him in the head or some shit because he couldn't get through the armor.
Yeah, well, this poor man, 30 years on the force and dies working extra. That's, They had Ruth Whitfield, 86 years old. She was a retired Buffalo fire commissioner. She was one of the victims of the shooting. She said she was going to visit his father at a nursing home and stopped at the supermarket to buy a few groceries. But nobody has heard from her, and she was confirmed being one of the victims. This is her right here. This lady right here lost her life for no reason because she stopped to buy some groceries for her husband in a nursing home. Catherine Kate Massey, 72. All these people are older too. I mean, these are old people. She had gone to the store to pick up some groceries when the gunman killed her.
Is that the one probably in the very beginning?
No, this is her right here. Right here. This was her. 72 years old. So she was a staunch civil rights activist, making sure Buffalo's black community was heard. Last year, she wrote a letter to the editor calling for stronger gun regulations at a federal level. So this poor lady lost her life. Stronger gun legislation in New York's not going to help. They already have like crazy gun laws there. The problem is because the gun laws are so crazy, in my opinion, is
that's why you can't protect yourself.
You don't have people with concealed carries and stuff that had more guns in there. Maybe some people, maybe, I'm not saying it would happen. Maybe if they had some people in there carrying guns, somebody could have took them out and he wouldn't have killed so many people. Hayward Tenney Patterson, 67. Like I said, all these people were like senior citizens. This is him right here. He was gunned down and killed. This man. Pearlie Young, 77. She ran a weekly food pantry for the last 25 years where she would feed people in the Central Park neighborhood every Saturday. This was her right here. Spending her years, feeding hungry people. She lost her life for no reason. Roberta Dury, 32. Another one. This is her. This is her right here. Killed for no reason. She helped her brother. I guess she gave her brother bone marrow. Celestine Chaney, 65. It's her right here. With her son. Sure, his heart's breaking. Marcus D. Morrison, 52. Andrea McNeil, 53. Geraldine Talley, 62. It's all the ones we have on here. All these people lost their lives for they lost their lives because of this dirt bag, which like I said, electric chair is too good for them. That's what I have with that. We got all that out the way. It's just a sad story, but I had to talk about it. Like I said, that person there is just a complete and utter shit bag. So
he's going to get his. It's just a matter of time.
Oh yeah, somebody. I look for somebody definitely to put him in something and put him in a world of hurt and kill him. So let's go to the next one. Let's see.
Hero Dispatcher.
Yeah, I got to get to it. You can start if you want.
Absolutely. Hero Dispatcher says Chicago caters strictly to criminals who target the innocent. He's going to get fired. Keith Thornton Jr., the 911 dispatcher on duty when Officer Ela French died, says crime in Chicago is out of control. Oh shit, buddy. Chicago, in a TV interview last year, Keith Thornton Jr. recalled the tragic events that ended in the shooting death of a Chicago police officer, Ela French. Thornton was the 911 dispatcher on duty that August night and is credited with staying calm and deftly directing resources. Now Thornton is speaking out once again, this time to condone the state of juvenile crime in Chicago. In a lengthy Facebook post on Monday, Thornton recounted the police response to a Saturday shooting at Millennium Park. A 16-year-old was killed, and another teenager is charged with second-degree murder, NBC Chicago reported. Thousands of ruthless and parentless youth wreaked havoc all throughout downtown, Thornton wrote about Saturday's shooting. Chicago is in a death spiral and has quickly turned into a city that caters strictly to criminals who target the innocent. Thornton demanded greater accountability from parents. Take their ass to jail. Many parents have stopped parenting, he continues. Make their parents get out of bed to collect their children. Make them go to court. Thornton also says police officers are outnumbered and operating with limited manpower. And we know that, especially in Chicago. The dispatcher ended his message by assuring residents that police, 911 dispatchers, and other first responders will continue working to keep residents safe. But yeah, that's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm surprised that dispatcher didn't get fired.
Well, I'm sure that story just came out, and as soon as it gets to Beetlejuice's desk, I'm sure he'll be fired.
Probably so. Because us cops can't have an opinion on anything at all. I'm sorry, I got distracted. Bam said things were cutting out, but it straightened back up. I don't know why everything was working fine earlier. But that would be us. I was even on time tonight.
Yeah, first time for everything.
First time for everything.
I mean, like, we're legitimately sitting there staring at the clock, and I'm like, bro, it's 8 o'clock. And somehow we still end up going live at like 8:12.
We were on time tonight.
You gonna read something tonight?
This next one is one of them gonna get pissed off stories. It's from Police One. A California cop killer gets the minimum sentence, prompting DA to rebuke a judge. From Sacramento. Got a picture, I believe. Yeah.
I would love to see a DA reaming a judge's ass.
That ain't gonna happen, but this is the deputy that was murdered right here. And this is the piece of shit that killed him, who's not getting what he deserves. The man who fatally shot El Dorado County Sheriff's Deputy Brian Ishmael, him right here, in October 2019, has been sentenced to 15 whole years to life in prison for second-degree murder. California's statutory minimum for this crime. In Louisiana, you can get convicted of second-degree murder. That's a mandatory life imprisonment, period.
Well, we already know that California is slightly more liberal than Louisiana.
Juan Carlos Vasquez Orzeco, or however you say his last name, this piece of shit right here, this one, this piece of shit, was convicted last month by a jury for killing the deputy, responding to a midnight call at an illegal marijuana grow site in Somerset. Christopher Gary Ross, the property owner who called 911 and told authorities he saw men he believed to be stealing his plants from his grow. So the guy with the illegal grow site called the cops because he was getting robbed.
That's like calling the cops and going, yo, he stole my crack. I don't know how to help
I mean, Jesus Christ. Actually, he knew Vasquez and the other man were tending to the property. I guess they were the gardeners and they were stealing. Vasquez opened fire, hitting the deputy 4 times and wounding another deputy, Joshua Tisiba. In a scathing 3-page statement Monday, El Dorado County District Attorney Vern Pearson blasted Friday's sentencing decision by Sacramento Superior Court Judge Sharon Lurez and blamed recent legislation passed by California lawmakers he said has eroded accountability for violent crimes. It no longer matters whether you use a gun or how many people you harm or how many prior violent felonies you have committed, he said, who had sought a maximum sentence of 40 years to life, said in a statement. He should have just got life, period. Period. That's what he should have got. Said he was referencing Senate Bill 620, which gave California judges more discretion in striking crime enhancements from sentencing decisions. Pearson said the legislation paved the way for what the prosecutor called a lenient sentence. Her sentencing decision struck 3 gun enhancement enhancements. It struck down 3 gun enhancements against Vasquez that had been found true by the jury that delivered his guilty verdict on April 15th. The judge determined Vasquez does not pose a significant danger to the public.
The fuck? Because he only shot a cop?
He shot a cop and another cop, but he's not a danger to the public. This piece of shit's a menace to society.
How did it not factor in the fact that he had a firearm around all that drugs and shot a cop? I mean, you can't.
It sounds like he had previous violent offenses against him, too. He does not pose a significant danger to the public. I'd love to see this judge. This fucking... I'm wanted not to cuss so much, but I'm sorry. This fucking cunt should not be sitting on a bench anywheres. I guarantee you,
Sacramento.
I guarantee you, if somebody would have murked one of her people and her family, she'd have wanted to throw them under the jail for the rest of their life. That shit. That the crimes were mostly situational. That he had been deceived by the property owner. That he was only 20 years old at the time of the crime, and that he had no known prior criminal. He murdered a man and somebody else, but that oh my God. The district attorney countered that Pearson countered that Vasquez's age is already considered for parole purposes. He also alleges that Vasquez has never expressed remorse for his crimes. He probably wasn't even here legally. The motherfucker probably snuck across the goddamn border. They additionally sentenced Vasquez to 5-year term for an assault on. They just charged the other cop that got shot. He just got charged. He just got assault charges on him, not attempted murder.
She's up for re-election.
To be served concurrent with the life sentence. El Dorado County prosecutors had sought 8 years for the assault on Toshiba and 2 other deputies who were shot at but not struck. So he shot at 4 cops and hit 2 of them, killed 1 of them. The legislator has cleared the path for judges to individually assess defendants and disregard any enhancement, resulting in widely inconsistent sentences that fail to hold violent criminals accountable. He stated, from 1997 until SB 620 took effect at the start of 2018, a defendant found guilty of murder or any other crime resulting in great bodily injury would face a mandatory 25-year additions to their life sentence if convicted with an enhancement of discharging a firearm. A tough on crime sentencing law it replaced was nicknamed California's 10-20 life or use a gun and you're done legislation. Not no more. Not no more. You can go to California and I guess you could shoot up a Sunday school class with a chicken stuck on your dick and they're going to slap on you on your hand and say, don't be mean to the chicken.
Not if you're white. You're getting life. I hate to make it about race, but you know damn well it is.
It keeps going and going. I mean, this shit right here, everybody's like, oh, we're having a hard time hiring cops. Why? I guess so. Who wants to come to work and,
get
put
shot
your life,
at and then your life is worthless.
What's up, Billy? Get your life on the line. You get killed trying to uphold the law. And this motherfucking piece of shit right here is he'll probably be out in 10 years. I bet you he gets out within 10 years, if not sooner. And he's going to end up killing somebody else. And this man's dead. His wife and kids, mom and dad and all them, they're not going to see him no more.
Well, she is up for re-election here coming up this year.
You know what? They'll probably re-elect her.
Maybe. I don't know. They're kind of covering the hell out of this.
They're just... They re-elect these fucking woke-ass people, wonder why their crime rate's through the roof. All right, we got to get the next story because I'm going to get my blood pressure up and give myself a heart attack or something.
Oh, don't do that.
You want to read about the sodomy?
Buffalo police praised, slammed for store shooter response.
I was going to do that with the first one. We can just skip over it. That was just part. It got mixed up.
Okay.
It just, yeah. That last story just, shit like that pissed me off. We'll just get into some sodomy. How's that?
Former softball coach?
Yeah. I got a picture of her, too.
Not teabag.
This is her.
Why are they always touching kids?
I'm pretty sure she's a lesbian, which I don't care, but...
Sodomy and sexual abuse. Former softball coach arrested again after second victim reports sexual abuse as juvenile.
You said again, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't her first time getting arrested for...
Well, this is why. She's from Hoover, Alabama. Anyway, yeah, she has to be a lesbian because softball is a girl's sport. A former travel sports team coach in Alabama arrested earlier this year on sex abuse charges of a juvenile is facing additional charges involving another minor. Megan Valencia-Dees. Jesus.
People can have last names like Smith no
Right.
arrested.
She's only 30 years old. Of Pelham was charged February 23rd with first-degree sodomy, first-degree sexual abuse, and enticing a child to enter a vehicle or house for an immoral purpose. Captain Keith Jacques Leblier, that's basically his last name. We're going to call his ass Keith, said an adult female contacted Hoover police on February 14th and told investigators she had been subjected to unwanted sexual contact by a coach on her travel team, when she was a minor. The abuse, she told the police, occurred over a period of 2 to 3 years and only stopped in 2016 when she was no longer a minor. No.
Well, a lot of time that's when it does stop. I mean, honestly.
Really?
These pedophiles they're attracted for some reason. They want to have sex with these little children.
JoJo.
So once they get up in age, they don't want the older ones because something's fucked up in their head, obviously.
I don't know. I'll never understand the way those fuckers think.
Me neither. I mean,
after the charges were announced, a second victim contacted the Hoover Police Special Victims Unit, stating Dees had sexually abused her between 2018 and 2019.
I'll tell you what it wasn't. It wasn't Dees nuts.
During the second investigation, detectives learned that Dees was a leader of the victim's church youth group when the abuse took place. The case, I bet you they're Catholic. Anyway, the case was turned over to the Jefferson County District Attorney's office, which issued new warrants against Dees. I'm sorry with that name, for first-degree sexual abuse and attempted first-degree sodomy. Dees, who had been out on a $90,000 bond in the first case, was taken into custody May 6th and transported to the Hoover City Jail. She was then booked into the Jefferson County Jail at 6:14 p.m. She had lunch at 6:18. I'm just kidding. The part's not in there. And released Saturday after posting a $45,000 bond, WBMA reported. According to the University of Alabama Huntsville Athletics website, Dees played outfield for the Chargers from 2010 to 2013. After graduating from Shelby County High School in Columbiana. Here we go. Keith or Kevin, whatever his name is, because all they have is his last name and I can't pronounce that shit, said police are continuing to investigate Dees' history to determine if there are more victims. Anyone with information is asked to call Sergeant Scott Prentice at 205-739-6125.
They forgot to mention that all these assaults took place on Tuesdays.
Taco Tuesday.
Anyway, for some reason, I don't understand. I'll never understand pedophiles. I guess that's because, I'm not a pedophile.
Yeah.
That I'm sure this woman could go out and find other adults in her lifestyle and have consensual
you think it's
relationships
the risk of getting
with.
caught?
I don't know. And if you're attracted, I'll say it again. It's not PC probably. If you're a pedophile and you're attracted to younger people, instead of going to get your ass arrested, go date a midget.
Yeah.
They're little.
Make sure that it's over 18.
Yeah. I mean.
I just called it.
Just this woman here today, She probably won't. I bet you she probably don't get no more than 5 years.
Well, no, because putting her in prison is a good thing.
Yeah.
For her.
Not necessarily, because they have grown people there, and she obviously likes non-grown people.
Obviously, I mean, a taco's a taco.
I don't know.
Maybe they'll put her in jail with underage people. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, nowadays, she might be in a cell with a transgender one and has a penis, and then she's really going to be up shit creek, won't she?
She gonna come out pregnant like that whole deal.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Billy. They should, but they won't. This next one is what the hell's that thing doing? This next one from law enforcement today. That 2 police officers have been reportedly fired after making a traffic stop in South Haven, Mississippi, close to home here. Leroy Dorsey was fired from his job as a police officer after a routine traffic stop in March. Dorsey said he stopped the vehicle on I-55. Inside the car was a local comedian, Grove Hero, who recorded the stop and posted it on Instagram. Both Dorsey and his partner were seen in the recording and allegedly terminated soon. They were terminated soon after this encounter was posted online. Dorsey alleged that the stop was not recorded on body camera footage and was not called in because it was a friendly encounter. The Instagram video showed the police officers laughing and shaking hands with the local comedian. Of course, the cops were like, this is not something I should be fired for. Dorsey also noted that the Board of Aldermen did not ask for any information regarding the incident. No arrests were made during the stop. So the investigation began due to the Instagram video. Dorsey expressed his frustration with the termination because not only did he lose his current job, but he is allegedly unable to move to another department. It's because when you were fired, when you're in law enforcement,
They blackball your ass.
You're done. You may find something somewhere if you're damn lucky, but most times
About the only way you're going to get a job with another department is if that other department has a massive issue with that department you got fired from.
Dorsey is calling this a wrongful termination. Allegedly, our favorite word, allegedly. T-shirts will be out soon. His termination for misconduct and for not turning on his body camera. His partner was also allegedly fired from this incident.
I don't see anything fucking wrong with it. They weren't doing a law enforcement investigation. They were bullshitting. That would be the same thing as firing you for not turning it on while you're using a bathroom at the Walmart.
Yeah. It says, we have seen the warnings before. Be careful what you post on social media. Unfortunately, there are people out there who like to make trouble for people with whom they disagree, and especially if you get a liberal mad, they will go out there, way to make your life miserable. Just ex Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
My thing is, this is what I'm getting at. This is one part of the story. Now, personally, from what he says, yes, I totally agree. He should not be terminated for what he didn't write a ticket. It was a friendly stop. I've had friendly stops. I mean, I write most tickets, but I don't write all tickets. It's up to my discretion. I've had nice conversations with people. I mean, not what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. So because of that, I don't think he should have been fired. What I'm wondering, has he been warned before about not having his body camera on? Okay. Had he been written up or in trouble before? Because they didn't fire him for that. They fired him for not calling a stop in and more basically for not turning his body camera on. So my thing is I'd like to see more information on it, because I'm wondering, was he already been disciplined for not using his body camera the way he was supposed to, and that's what and it sounds like maybe they were already wanting a reason to get rid of him, and when he didn't turn it on, or he turned it off in a stop or something, that was their reason for getting rid of him. That's what I'm thinking. You
think he was already on the chopping block? They just needed a fucking...
I'm thinking because I don't think that he would get fired from a first-time offense saying that. I mean, worst case, if it's first time,
have a good lawsuit,
you're going to get your hand slapped, told not to do it. Second time, maybe written up. Third time, possibly fired. So how many times had he been told about not having his body camera on?
Yeah, they must not have a union there. I mean, don't get me wrong. The shit could have went sideways.
That's what I'm wondering. Because that's just one side. I don't think they fired him just for that. There's more to this story.
Well, they had both.
Out.
They said 2 officers?
Yeah, they fired 2. So there's just more to it. I'd like to hear the other side of it. So anyway, that's just my opinion on that. I think there's way more to that story. But he didn't get fired for not writing a ticket or whatever. There's more to that one.
I'm sure.
We're going to move on over to one of our other favorite places, California. Old California.
California. Bum. This is weird. I clicked it, and it's protecting the criminals.
No. Let's see where we're at. This is
Zero bail.
We did not pull it up correctly.
No, hang on. Let me re-click it. It's from Law Enforcement Today. Cutting edge law enforcement article and information.
Yeah, San Francisco. It's protecting the criminals. As crime explodes, minor traffic stops are to be banned under the new San Francisco plan to reduce racial bias.
They already have legalized drug use, shitting on the sidewalk, camping on the sidewalk. Matter of fact, if you camp on the sidewalk, they give you free shit.
Phones and money.
But now you can't even get pulled over. So, like, why do you even have cops at this point?
It says San Francisco is the latest Democratic city to target procedural tool long used. Where's the rest of the story at? For some reason, it didn't pull up. Anyway, they're wanting to get rid of like basic traffic stops and stuff like that, which I mean, a lot of Ted Bundy was caught because of a traffic cop. Right.
Oh, hell yeah.
And stuff. You know how many drugs are found or sex trafficking victims have been saved all over traffic stops.
Yep.
Not in California. Look, if you just want to smoke dope, steal shit, and just basically live in a lawless area, just move to San Francisco and some of these California areas. Not all places in California, but just move one of the big blue cities.
Yeah, you got
what the fuck you want to.
I mean, the amount of DUI drivers I've taken off the road because they had an out taillight is amazing. I like the fact that, yeah, theoretically, so if they're just drunk as hell, obvious, you just can't stop them anymore. I mean, this ain't gonna work.
Well, if you do go to California because you want to live in lawlessness, make sure you have some good shoes because I believe they just shit in the streets and needles.
Oh no, you need some
stuff.
Some waders.
So,
shrimping slicks.
I know I wouldn't go there. If I lived there, I'd be trying to move out. I know some people are stuck, unfortunately. So, the next one is we're going to Atlanta, Georgia.
Buttons. War on cops.
When did that happen?
Another Law Enforcement Today. Bear with me. Fucking pop-ups.
Breaking news.
War on cops. Atlanta police officer Ryan Chandler indicted for 2018 crash that killed a man on a scooter. I'm sorry, that's not funny. I just imagined a big cruiser hitting one of those mobility scooters. Atlanta, Georgia. One might wonder why the normally sensible Fulton County District Attorney would want to pursue a case against a police officer for a traffic death that happened 3 years ago, which was arguably unavoidable. Under District Attorney Fannie Willis, a grand jury has indicted Atlanta police officer Ryan Chandler for an August 2018 incident in which a man on a scooter was run over and killed. The grand jury on April 26th returned a 2-count indictment charging Chandler with vehicular homicide and violation of oath.
Don't look at me. I don't know what that is.
Like, I mean, I took an oath to protect the Constitution.
We all do.
Yeah. But I don't remember in the oath me saying I wouldn't run over people on scooters. Chandler was responding to an undercover officer's call for help. So, yeah.
He was running code. You can bet on it.
Oh, dude. For people that don't know, when we come to your house running code, it is not the same as when we hear one of our brothers screaming over that radio. We're pegging that shit. Driving at almost double the speed limit in a 25-mile-an-hour zone. What? So he was doing 50?
Yeah. Well, I said almost double the speed limit, so he was doing like 49.
Oh, that is not how fast I would be going.
No.
He had not activated his lights and sirens. Investigators have reported, well, he wasn't running 1018. I mean, fucking 45 or 50 miles an hour is normal.
With no lights and sirens on, he wasn't running code.
No, investigators have reported, but the reason has not been publicly disclosed. After the crash accident, victim Marvin King was transported to Grady Memorial Hospital, where he died of his injuries. It is tragic, but Chandler's lawyers said he should not be charged. Defense attorney Brian Steele said a stop sign at the scene of the accident was obscured and improperly placed. So that releases him from any liability. That's on the city.
Yeah, that's on the city.
Creating a hazard that led to the death of King, who was crossing the intersection of Washington Place and Newcastle Street on his scooter. Steele argued that the stop sign at the intersection in southwest Atlanta, which Atlanta streets are fucked up, has since been moved so that it is visible and the overgrown vegetation removed, Steele told Channel 2. The stop sign, if you look at it, on the day of the collision cannot be seen. It is covered up by trees and bushes. Since this fatally occurred, the city of Atlanta has removed those bushes. They also put the stop sign in the proper place.
A little late now.
Damn.
This has got to be one of them woke district attorneys going out this up 3 years after the fact.
Dude, did you see how much damage that scooter did to that car at 50 miles an hour?
No, I didn't look at
the front wheels are missing off the cruiser, and the push bumper's bent completely forward. Yeah, it's weird. That's a lot of damage for a 50-mile-an-hour accident. Steele said Chandler did not commit a crime, and he did not violate his oath. He said, I have a weird feeling he's going to win this, and he's going to sue the living shit out of that department.
I would.
Officer Chandler has been living more than 3.5 years with the heaviest heart with what happened. You absolutely bet your ass this fateful day, but he did not in any way commit vehicular homicide. No, if any way, it'd be manslaughter. And he did not violate his oath of office. Officer Chandler immediately went to assist and give life-saving procedures to Mr. King. He has always apologized and praised for King and his family. Chandler was placed on administrative duty on August 8, 2018, and has not returned to active patrol duty.
Damn,
Atlanta Police Department spokeswoman said.
For 3 years?
He's been on desk.
Wow. But they go right there in Georgia. More woke shit from these fucking Soros funded attorneys. One day, people gonna stop voting for them bastards.
Breaking news. The Atlanta police officer who was fired after fatally shooting Rashard Brooks in a Wendy's parking lot last year has been reinstated by Atlanta's Civil Service Board.
Go figure.
That's right underneath it. I'm like, what the fuck?
Go figure. Now we're moving over to Houston because they had another, basically a mass shooting over there in Houston over the weekend.
Right, Jennifer? That's what I'm saying. I have to stare at it. And it looks so delicious.
Them damn McPossums.
I don't give a shit if it's made of chicken asses. They're delicious.
2 killed and 3 were hurt in a shooting in a Houston flea market Sunday. 2 people were killed and 3 others were taken to the hospital Sunday afternoon when gunfire broke out at a Houston flea market. You can't even go buy cheap shit without getting shot at. Thousands of people were in the flea market when shots rang out around 1 p.m. Deputies said one of the men in the hospital is a suspected shooter, and 2 other suspects were taken in for questioning. They said a fight broke out between all of these people who were injured, and no innocent shoppers were hit. That's the end of that story. So, little part of good news, at least these motherfuckers at least knew how to aim. Because this place was packed, and no innocent people got hit. So...
Must be hollow points.
I'm just saying that at least, I mean, most of the time they just spraying bullets everywhere.
But just so we're on the same page, that's constituted as a mass shooting. More than 3 people got shot.
I think so. You ready to get to the next one? At least these shooters get actually aimed.
Hey, I'm just glad that no innocent bystander. Look, if all the gangbangers in the world want to kill each other, I have no fucking problem with that. But when they start killing innocent civilians and babies that are sleeping in their house, like I think you did that story about the baby watching the cartoons that got popped.
Yeah.
That shit is wrong. Now, if you want to be a gangbanger and go shoot at another gangbanger and you guys, hell, I'll tell you what, go find an open field and just shoot at each other like they do in the Revolutionary War. You know, but don't go around
15 paces, people, 15 paces.
That's it, and turn around and empty your magazine and never hit the person.
Yep.
Hang on, I'm trying to.
2 people were shooting each other in the field not too long ago.
Somehow they shot the cow.
5 cows died. No people were injured.
Georgia board considers clemency for man who murdered 8-year-old and raped her 10-year-old friend in 1976. What in the fuck?
And look at a picture of this motherfucker.
He looks like somebody that would rape your kids. Are you putting him up?
Yeah, he's up there. I mean, you just look at him. This dude looks like a freaking creeper right here.
How could they, dude? He murdered an 8-year-old and violently raped a 10-year-old little girl, all in one sitting.
They're thinking about letting him out of jail.
But they want to lock up the officer that was running code and fucking hit somebody crossing the road.
By accident.
On accident. This dude willfully. Ooh, well, I'll tell you what. Put me in a room with him with a machete. You don't have to worry about it. Atlanta, Georgia. Virgil Delano Presnell Jr. has a date to meet his maker. And it's Tuesday, May 17th. I want to flip the switch. He even knows what time he's supposed to take his last breath for his heinous crimes he committed against 2 little girls in 1976. At 7 p.m. It's really weird they put that in there. But the Georgia State Board of Pardons and Paroles has announced it is stepping in at the last minute to consider granting clemency to the man who murdered an 8-year-old and raped a 10-year-old friend of the 8-year-old. I have an idea. Anybody that thinks it's a good idea to provide him with clemency should be put to death. This is bullshit. The 5-member board is meeting at 9 a.m. Monday to receive information in favor of commuting Presnell's death sentence, according to news release from the board. Former Cobb County District Attorney Georgia Buddy Darden, who tried the case, had a Sakunic statement regarding Presnell. Either way, the parole board is set to review Presnell's comprehensive case file, and it said no public comment will be taken and no other business will be conducted at this special meeting. So as a citizen of the United States, you're not allowed to even open your mouth and voice your opinion. Georgia's parole board has the authority to grant clemency and commute or reduce a death sentence to the possibility of parole or life without parole. At the meeting, the board may commute Presnell's sentence, issue a stay of execution up to 90 days, or deny him clemency. 46 years ago, Presnell, 68, was convicted of raping and murdering Lori Ann Smith and kidnapping with bodily injury and raping Andrea Furlong. I actually know somebody by that name. For this, he was given the death sentence in August 1976. See, that's the problem, is they let these sons of bitches wait around. I say the minute they say, hey, they're guilty, just inject them on the stand. Mm-hmm. The sentence was overturned in 1992 and reinstated in 1999. This dude's been a yo-yo. Presnell abducted and attacked the 2 girls as they walked home from school May 4th, 1976. Ooh, this is pissing me off. So I have an idea. The one person that should be allowed to say whether or not he walks or not should be the little 10-year-old girl that's still alive.
Oh, most definitely, yeah.
If her input isn't heard, it don't fucking matter. So I have an idea. Yeah?
No, go ahead. I'm trying to do something.
The girls did everything they could to fight off the grown man and save their lives. Lorianne attempted to escape Presnell, who caught her and drowned her in a nearby river. Dude, I can't read this. Needless to say, this is all fucked up. No. Like, it ain't even my kids. And I want to hurt this guy. That's very heinous.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this guy up here, he should just be...
He shouldn't have lived this fucking long. That's what I'll tell you.
No, he shouldn't have. But look at him. He just looks like a pedophile.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, anyway, he's out.
Yeah, you're damn right, JoJo. He should have been dead 45 years ago. Yeah, and the fact that they're even thinking about this, fuck Georgia. Forget it. Just the hell with them. I'll tell you what, I'm assuming 40 years ago, if the baby's dad was about 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, the dad would probably be about 70 years old. Nah, at that point, if I'm 70 years old and you raped and killed my kid, you walk out that door, I'm putting one in you. If I was that child's father.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, next.
Going back to it.
The body cam proves cops rummaged through a black woman's lacrosse team personal items.
Just trying to figure out how to boot somebody off, but I have to look into it.
All you gotta do is click your name.
No, well, that's not working on here. Let me see. No, not on how my shit's working. So, got some troll over there on YouTube. So.
Oh, fuck them.
Yeah, just let them do. All you doing is helping my comment stream there anyway.
Absolutely. Thanks for boosting us out to the rest of the world.
So go right ahead there, buddy. Comment stream there anyway. What are you playing?
You.
Body cam proves cops rummaged through black women's lacrosse team personal items during a search. Deputies had denied searching through the personal items of the women's lacrosse team at a Delaware State University during an unwarranted stop and search, but recently released body cam footage proving otherwise. On Thursday, body cam footage was released showing Georgia's sheriff's deputies rifling through the personal items of the majority black women's lacrosse team, NBC News reported. The unwarranted search was conducted late last month when the Delaware State Hornets were returning home from a game in Florida along I-95 in Liberty County, Georgia. Police stopped the team's black bus driver, Tim Jones. They claimed he was improperly traveling in the left lane, which I'm thinking if they pulled him over for that, he was probably just driving in the left lane, and you only supposed, even in Louisiana, you get pulled over for it. You have to be passing someone to stay in the lane. You're supposed to move over to the right if you're not passing someone. Players felt like they were being Players felt like they were being racially profiled during the April 20th encounter, but Bowman denied that motivation. Before entering the motor coach, deputies were not aware of this school, that it was a historically black college, or aware of the race of the occupant, which is true. I mean, it's hard to see who's driving one of these big charter buses, and you cannot even see who's on it, period, because the windows
Hell
are so
no, the
dark
windows
and
are like
stuff
2%.
And then they're way up high. He added at a Tuesday press conference that no personal items on the bus or any person were searched. The body cam, they say, shows deputies rifling through the players' backpacks and bags. Authorities used K9 dogs to search the bus. "This is what we do," one deputy told a player. He described how their job is to stop commercial vehicles in search of drugs, large amounts of money, or children being trafficked. Now that the footage has been released, the women's lacrosse team is happy that body cam footage proved their claims of having their personal items searched. They were searching through our belongings and luggage for 20 minutes. I remember them going through my friend's bag, and she was saying, "That's my bag," and they were looking through her panties. I'm sure that's what they wanted to sniff some dirty panties.
I'm gonna go out on a ledge and assume that allegedly the canine hit on the bus.
I'm not sure. Anderson posted a personal video from the encounter on social media, asking if this is what it means to be black in America. No, this, like I said, they don't play the race card on this one. It's not. That's not. They couldn't tell who was on that bus or anything else like that.
Well, either A, they were given permission to search, or B, the canine hit.
Delaware Attorney General Kathleen Jenkins has requested the Justice Department to conduct a formal review of the incident, according to the news. It
They'd
don't
already
say
be fired if this was Georgia.
It don't say if the they don't say if the dog hit or not. Usually they don't start pulling bags and stuff out unless the dog hits on something.
Yeah, because that's a lot of shit to go through.
Yeah, what they do is they'll just run a dog around the outside of a vehicle like that, and if the dog hits, that's their probable cause to go in and search. They're trying to make this into a big racial thing, which I don't believe it was. They're just trying to play the race card on this one, and that had nothing to do with it. I'm sorry on that one, but that's just the way it is. That had nothing to do with that. And our last story, let old Stare have it, is another mass shooting we had over the weekend.
Hey, look at where that's at. Laguna
California.
Woods, California. A man opened fire during a lunch reception at a Southern California church, killing one person and wounding 5 senior citizens before a pastor hit the gunman on the head with a chair. Jesus. And parishioners hogtied him with electrical cords. Jerry Chen had just stepped into the kitchen of his church's fellowship hall around 1:30 p.m. Sunday when he heard the gunshots. Chen, 72, a longtime congregant at Irvine Taiwanese Presbyterian Church in Laguna. Oh, the rooftop Koreans. Laguna Woods peeked around the corner and saw church members screaming, running, ducking under tables. I knew someone was shot. He said, I was very, very scared. I ran out of the kitchen door to call 911. Officials said the shooting ended after the gunman killed one man and wounded 5 senior citizens before worshipers hogtied his legs with an electrical cord until deputies arrived. 4 of the 5 people wounded suffered critical gunshot injuries, while a motive for shooting at the Geneva Presbyterian Church in the city of Laguna Woods was not immediately disclosed. Investigators don't believe the gunman, an Asian man in his 60s, whose name was not immediately released, lives in the community. Well, that's just racist. Chen, who called 911 from the church's parking lot, said he was in such a state of shock that he was unable to tell the operator his location. I had to ask someone else for the address. Well, that's another mass shooting. This one ain't getting no coverage because it doesn't fit their narrative. I didn't even know this one happened. Chen said about a group of 40 congregants had gathered in the fellowship hall luncheon after the morning service to welcome their former pastor, Billy Chang, who had served the church for 20 years and was beloved and respected community member. Chang moved back to Taiwan 2 years ago. This was his first time back stateside, Chen said. Damn. That is insane. Oh, it's in Orange County.
Hello, Mona. But they had a lot of shootings, mass shootings over this past weekend. Kind of makes you kind of think what the hell's going on, right?
And it's all in these liberal places that are pretty damn hard to get a gun.
Yep.
That's the one thing everybody needs to focus on. Don't forget the fact that there were people injured or killed. But notice they're only taking place, hey Mona, they're only taking place in soft target areas, okay? A church inside of California is extremely soft target. A store in New York, a open, public like a Walmart or something like that,
Well,
is a soft target.
Texas ain't soft target because
Everybody's got a damn gun.
They got good, yeah. But they didn't shoot nobody they wasn't aiming at either over there, did they?
No, they just shot at each other.
All right, well, I'm not going to forget tonight, y'all. We got to vote on some hot nuts.
My hot nuts is the stupid sons of bitches thinking about pardoning that child molester.
All right. So Holstera's voting for the child molester guy. I'm trying to see which one it was. No, just send y'all's votes in.
What do you think, Red Pill
that.
Mike? What's your hot nut story?
In other words, I don't want to have dead silence while we're doing this.
See, Mona popped in at the very last second, huh?
Yeah, she probably don't know what the hot nuts we have. Dustin says he agrees with you for the child molester hot nuts, so that's 2. Y'all can go buy some hot nuts to actually eat. Also, they've been selling them at the store.
Yeah, and it's not the pedophile. It's the commissions board that's thinking about letting his fucking ass walk.
Yeah.
That stupid. Where do you even get these ideas?
It's all these, look how much they
Oh, dude, it can't even be liberals. I mean, liberals can't. Look, there's a lot of stupid ass liberals, but to just flat out say, we kind of like this pedophile. What?
It's all right. You have to go back and listen. JoJo says hot nuts as well. The board people too, and he's definitely gonna win. Well, Dustin, if you get some pickle flavored hot nuts, Freebird's gonna have to eat them because I do not eat anything related to douche. That's douche food.
That's why when I went to the store and went to go get the vinegar chips, salt and vinegar, you were like, why are you getting that? So I didn't get it because I thought maybe you were allergic. Now it fucking hit me. That's my favorite type of chips.
So you like eating douche food too?
I also like really nice toilet paper. Single ply some bitch.
Bam says, please do send them pickle flavor when they could. She will eat them.
They got pickled chips.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got like 7 for the board wanting to let the child molester out. So I'm pretty sure he's got it for tonight because we don't have but 10 people in here. So
did you by chance sum up what last week's was, or you want me to go back and look?
You can go back and look. We didn't have a whole bunch of votes. Go back and look real quick before I pull it up. We'll just have to do both of them.
Yeah, I'm logging in. Yeah, I appreciate the guy bouncing in and over there talking shit because that actually it helps the algorithm. The more times you write,
he's blocked now. So,
well, damn.
He was talking. He was saying some pretty racist, vulgar stuff over there.
Oh yeah, he was. I was even trying to figure out how to report him. What the hell? How much shit did you post this week, dude?
A lot.
God.
It was a lot.
On a roll.
I'm trying to keep the algorithm up and everything on it.
No, that's Liberty Freedom Whiskey.
Well, it's because you're on the wrong one. That's why.
No, I'm on yours. Nick Method. Dude, this is nuts. Okay, forgot the hot nuts.
What?
Sunshine Girl, deputy arrested, writes mom, Texas student, dad leaves kid in car. I put kid in car. Iceman votes for the Sunshine Girl. Oh, the chick with the yellow hair, dad leaves kid in car. That's 2 for that one. How about the guy that forgot hot nuts? That was actually my preferred choice too, Robert.
I'm not allowed. I'm
Sunshine Girl, yellow poodle, Sunshine Girl.
I think Sunshine Girl got it.
Sunshine Girl got it.
That's the chick with the yellow hair. If y'all wasn't
Yeah,
here, y'all have to
they
go back
thought she's going to hide from the police with the yellow hair.
with like bright yellow hair. So
there you go. You can write that down so we remember.
Sunshine and the board got it.
Sunshine, blue skies.
Let's go over here and do a little hot nuts. Dan just texted me. He said he was sorry he missed the live show tonight, but he did restock. It looks like he bought himself three bottles of the salty caramel.
Ooh, I got that at home.
A bottle of this rum that he told me about that was real good. It's like a banana something flavored rum and some other stuff. He's got a whole bunch of alcohol he bought himself right there. So Dan's gonna do real good. Yeah, banana hair. You're correct. Let's get on to our hot nuts song for these idiots.
Hot nuts!
Like idiot.
Hot nuts.
Yep,
You're a stupid dumbass.
they both are.
You dumb motherfucker!
I can't believe they're gonna still really want to let a pedophile
Them dumbass
murderer out of
motherfuckers.
jail.
I mean, it wasn't even like he murdered a
You
full
dumb
person.
motherfucker!
I know he's definitely.
You're a stupid dumbass.
He would definitely go reoffend. You bet on that.
Them dumbass motherfuckers.
And I think that if he does, then they should charge those fucking
You're a
people on
stupid
that board.
dumbass. You dumb motherfucker!
Yeah, he's gonna reoffend.
The fact that they're flat out telling people don't
heard.
bother showing up to the council meeting because we won't talk to you about it. I mean,
Billy says, "Don't put the watermelon whiskey in the freezer." Yeah, I heard that not to do that. It's
yeah, that shit'll freeze. 'cause
not
it
quite
ain't got
high
the
enough,
alcohol
not high
content.
enough alcohol in it froze. But I bet you could make some delicious watermelon whiskey flavored popsicles out of it. Then,
No.
look, you're eating douche flavored potato chips, and you're gonna make a face about watermelon whiskey popsicles,
I've never liked frozen alcohol.
and you
like-
eat McPossums.
Like Jello shots and shit never really was my thing. I like my alcohol liquid, so it just perfectly slides down my throat.
You eat
And I go to
you eat
sleep.
McPossums. I sent you a picture of that McPasco they're coming out with up there.
2 pieces of the bread and a fucking
And
ramen packet.
and tuna fish. It smells like tuna. Oh,
I like tuna fish. One of these days, we got to go back to having our episode where it's me and you bullshitting.
yeah. Well, y'all could come back on either Sunday or Monday. I put it out late. Put out one Monday.
Or you guys can come back Saturday.
Or
the
I
Liberty
almost
Freedom
forgot.
Whiskey
Come back
Podcast.
Saturday and listen to us on Liberty Freedom Whiskey Podcast. We definitely got some. That's our. If you want to hear us rant and rave and bitch about politics,
Because I tell you what, DeSantis is in for a. He's got one for this Saturday.
no, Dustin agrees with you that McPossums are delicious.
Absolutely, big chicken assholes. I don't care. It's delicious. Can't wait till they come back.
You right.
It's like Jello shots, JoJo, because you can't taste the alcohol until like an hour later when it all hits you.
All right, everybody. Like I said before, like and share it. Subscribe, hit the bells, notifications. Go check out the Etsy store if you want to. Allegedly, T-shirts will hopefully be available soon. And
Love every one of you. Have a wonderful night.
y'all be safe. And either see y'all next Wednesday, or hopefully we'll see y'all Saturday. Thanks for watching. And remember to smile, because Iceman could always be behind you. We're out.